from like objectively as my decision to go to Texas. Essentially, I was kind of, somebody was in my ear from their side of the town saying, like, as soon as you sign, Cliff's going to leave. And, you know, like, basically just called it. And then it happened.
Yeah.
And, you know, that wasn't all that went into my decision. But, I mean, at the time, there was a lot of turmoil and stuff. And I know people from the outside assumed that you should just love your school so much. But that was me, like, walking in the door, you know. That investment comes once you walk in the door. And I know I got why people were so upset, but I also had my reasons too.
For sure.
And not everything's to be, like, public, you know. And
yeah,
you've got, like, a family at home you're talking to, and, you know, a lot of other moving parts than just, like, you know, crazy fans or whatever, stuff like that. But, yeah, it was interesting. I learned a lot more through it, just, like, how to deal with adversity and not necessarily having a great image, you know, at the time. And you learn a lot about who likes you for who you are or who, like, how you're perceived in the world. I made a lot of good, better relationships through it, honestly, and probably lost a lot of bad ones.
Well, at a young age, too, which makes it way harder, like 17, 18.
Yeah.
18. And you've got, like, all these fan bases probably coming at you. I don't know if you, like, how in-depth you went into, like, reading, like, stuff that people wrote and, like, if that affected you at all. But, like, I mean, I guess all three of us, we all transferred.
People were sending me death threats when I left Florida.
Calling my home line.
For real?
Leaving voicemails.
I was getting death. People telling me they hope I tear. Bro, like, me and him came back at the, like, same time. Like, they announced us probably either the same day or, like, within the, like, same 2 or 3 days. But, like, there were people adding me and him, like, I hope you guys tear your ACLs. Like, crazy stuff, a little wild stuff. I was like, damn. All right.
Dude, that's
like,
insane.
I don't know. It was weird. Like, him coming back home kind of made Texas, like, a lot of Texas fans. I had all the Florida fans on me, but then I had Texas fans on me, too, because me and him were both in the same situation.
It just multiplied.
I get some random Gators football at.
I think that's...
yeah, you're like, bro, I didn't even go to Florida.
Now that I look at it, I feel like that's the reason why me and him got so close, because we got, like... Our names kind of got dragged through the mud for, like, literally no reason.
For nothing.
Like,
it's happening left and right now.
We were 18 years old. We were, like, the first people to do it, though, really. Like, you know, like, that fast at least.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, but...
Dude, that's a good point, because y'all both went through that together. I think that's really cool. It would suck going through it alone. I mean, obviously you have your family and all that, but they don't understand, like, the exact situation you're in.
Exactly.
So that probably brought y'all so close.
Yeah, you know, obviously... Like he said, not everything's for the public, but, like, our situation was just so like, a lot of it was, like, a lot of the things that went on behind, like, closed doors was just real similar, you know.
Facts.
The environment, I guess you could say. So,
Facts.
I don't know, we just had, like, a lot to relate to, and we kind of, I guess you could say we kind of helped each other, like, grow.
Yeah.
When we first got here, grow through everything, because it was, like, a big transition. Like, it was a real big transition, I'm not even going to lie, and then it was kind of a big deal for me. But, like, I just really didn't know how a lot of the dudes on this team were going to see me. They're like, dang, bro, you went to Florida, then you were going to go to Oregon. Now you back here. You decommitted from your high school. Like, you know, I just didn't really know if there was going to be any tension there. So there's just a lot that, you know, kind of goes through your mind, especially as a young kid. I'm supposed to be in high school still.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did y'all feel like you ever had to prove it, like, to teammates, or you're just like, you know, my action's going to prove itself kind of thing? Because that's interesting, that last part you said, where you don't know how people are going to react to it on the team. And that's honestly what's most important. Like, those are your brothers. It doesn't matter what the guys on the outside say or feel, because people are going to say whatever.
Yeah, I mean, well, for me at least, when I first got here, it was kind of, when I got to Florida, it was kind of like, you know, I'm supposed to be in high school still. So I had pretty high expectations for myself, because I was like, you know, I came here for a reason. I'm supposed to be in high school. Came out here, you know, to play. I didn't, you know, I'm missing all this stuff back home, you know, to come out here and, you know, be this great football player. So, you know, that was like, I kind of felt like I did have something to prove out there. But then once I came over here, it was kind of like, all right, you got a semester under your belt now. You know what kind of you know what college ball is like now. Now you just got to go out there and play, and everything else can handle itself. You know, I didn't really try to worry about what everybody was thinking about me. I was just, and I'm still this. I mean, you guys know me. I'm the same way now. Like, I just work.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gonna form their own opinions. You know,
Work, talk trash, and
I'm gonna work, and I'm gonna talk
have
mess,
some fun
and
out
I'm gonna
there.
back it up. That's me.
yeah, I love you for it, bro.
Man, it's
I
all
love that.
love, bro. For
Yeah.
sure.
But so like, I know early in my career, I would always let the comments like get to me.
Mhm.
And, like, it would really put me down.
Yeah.
Like, for legit, like 24, 48 hours, I'd be like, dang, like this random guy with no profile picture, user XY23 said this about me. And like, I would literally, I mean, I've said this before on the podcast, but whatever, like I would like screenshot it and put it in my mirror, the whole thing, like motivate me. But probably in like a bad way where like now I don't really care.
Yeah.
But I think you guys have had this on a way worse scale than I have. And so I was just kind of curious, like, was there ever a phase where y'all were looking at that stuff and it got to you, or was it always just like, hey, it is what it is?
I for sure was reading it. I don't know if you were,
I was.
but yeah, I was reading pretty much everything.
So that stuff I mean, you said death threats. It doesn't get worse than that.
Yeah, I mean, those are kind of easier to brush off because it's just like, what type of person's on the other side of this that I would care about what they have to say.
Exactly.
For me, it was like leaving SC. I grew up in a area full of SC alum and grew up an SC fan. Family friends are SC alum fans, all that deal, and they felt like betrayed, and it like strained real relationships in my life because these people took it personal that I wasn't going to play for their school at the time. That was probably where, like, hearing from my mom would tell me, like, oh, this lady doesn't want to, literally just, like, doesn't want to go out to lunch with me anymore, like, just because me.
Dude, that's crazy.
It's, like, so wild that people care that much.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, but that stuff would bug me more when it touched close to home, which coming to SC touches close to home for me.
Yeah.
But when it touched close to home, it was like, dang, like, should I just, like, this is my fault, whatever. Like, I'm causing all this, issues in the air, and I'm trying to be low-key and just grind, and I don't even want people talking about me, and I don't want this attention at all. I just want to be left alone and just let me do me, and I'm going to be straight, and everyone else, do you.
Yeah.
So did it ever get to a point with you to where, like, you felt like, dang, maybe I just made a bad situation way worse?
Absolutely.
I went through that phase too.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
How so?
I mean, I don't know, bro. You just have, because, like he said, he was reading everything, and I was reading everything too. So it's like, you try not to care, but at the time, like if I was in that same situation now, I would handle it completely different. I probably wouldn't care at all. At the end of the day, I have to do what's best for me. But
Right.
Yeah.
as an 18-year-old, it's like, dang, that was only 2.5, 3 years ago. But it's still like, dang, I have all these people, forming this opinion on me, like, saying I'm this, that, and I'm,
Right.
just calling me all type of things, and it's like, it kind of just makes you wonder, like, dang, am I like, even though I was just starting the whole spring ball there, am I really sorry? Like, am I really not that good? Like,
Right.
I don't know. You just kind of start to question yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's like
Yeah.
a hard place to dig yourself out of.
It would bug me when they came for, like, even, like, seeing stuff about you or myself, like, about your character of, like, the type of person you are.
Yeah.
Or,
That's the worst. Yeah.
calling us, oh, you're indecisive, or it's like, you don't know me at all. Like, the people that know me best would be my teammates. Like, ask them about my character as a person. Ask my
Yeah.
coaches
Right.
about my character as a person. Not some dude online. But then it's like that circulates around. That's what bugs you. It's like, like, people are engaging with this, and
People
more and more
listen.
people are seeing it and they're believing it.
That's exactly what it is. I don't think it's the fact that people say these outrageous things. It's the fact that people are dumb enough to, listen to whoever. Like, I can make a fake account right now and post something crazy, and
Way out of
there's gonna be
pocket.
somebody that's gonna believe it. Like
Exactly.
no, somebody's gonna believe it. That's just the worst part
Yeah.
about it. Like,
Dude, like these fans don't think like the person inside the helmet's a human at some point. Like it's just like a figure. It's like the
just a
same thing with
football player. They
celebrities.
just watch us on TV. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
And it's like it's not even a fully grown person. It's sometimes it's if you're an early enrollee, it's a 17-year-old.
Right.
You should be in high school. And like I don't know, just to think that someone would take the time to go on Twitter and like say something to a 16 or 17-year-old, like that just baffles me. Like who has the time to do that, bro?
Oh, it's
You know
not
what I'm saying?
like even during my
Like,
recruiting
yeah.
process. Like I had a crazy ass recruiting process, but like I'm 16, 17 going through this process. Committed to UCLA when I was 15 years old. Decommitted when I had just turned 16, I think. And I have UCLA fans bashing me because I was a sophomore in high school who had decommitted. Like I still have 2 more years of high school. I don't know what I want to do. I just made that decision because I was excited that UCLA offered me, and it was my dream school growing up. But fuck them now. But yeah, like I don't know, man. It's just it starts early too, so it's I feel like that plays a big role in it too. Like
Especially
all that
for
shit,
y'all.
yeah,
freshman
like
year.
all that shit builds up.
When'd you take your first visit to a college?
Huh?
When'd you take your first visit to a college?
My first visit unofficial,
Yeah.
sophomore or summer.
Well, they're all like
before
junior
sophomore.
year,
Yeah.
right?
But I took all my official visits.
You didn't
my
go on like
junior year.
those 7-on-7 trips in 8th grade?
Oh yeah,
That tour
yeah,
and stuff,
freshman
you
year
did
then,
matches.
or 8th grade.
8th grade, bro.
I took
was
a
gonna
trip
say,
to
like
SC.
7th grade,
hmm
even.
Oh, 7th facts. I played for
Middle
Stars
school?
in 7th grade
Yeah, facts.
and played in the SC tournament.
I got offered at the
That's
SC
crazy.
tournament on my birthday here.
Oh, that's sick.
I always remember that. I think I
That's dope.
dang near committed that day almost.